Fieldwork Practicum in Social Work Practice. Today, our distinguished speaker for the day is Professor B.T. Lavani, former Dean and Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Pune, Maharashtra. Sir will be discussing on problems and challenges faced by students and practitioners during fieldwork. I heartily acknowledge the august presence of Professor B.T. Lavani, sir, and on behalf of the department, I extend a very warm welcome to the program. I welcome you, sir. And to begin with, I call upon my student, Sneha, to invoke the Almighty. Over to you, Sneha.
Thank you, ma'am. Shuklam Bharadram Vishnu Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadhanam Dhyaye Sarvavignopa Shantaye ಗಜಮುಖನೇ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ನಂಬಿದವರ ಪಾಲಿನ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ನೀನೇ ಗಜಮುಖನೇ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ನಂಬಿದವರ ಪಾಲಿನ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ನೀನೇ ಭಾದ್ರಪದ ಶುಕ್ಲದ ಚೌತಿಯೆಂದು ನೀ ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗೂ ಉದಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಹರಸು ಎಂದು ಭಾದ್ರಪದ ಶುಕ್ಲದ ಚೌತಿಯೆಂದು ನೀ ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗೂ ಉದಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಹರಸು ಎಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಸನ್ನಿಧಾನದಿ ತಲೆಬಾಗಿ ಕೈಯ ಮುಗಿದು ಬೇಡುವ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ನೀ ದಯಾ ಸಿಂಧು ಗಜಮುಖನೇ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ನಂಬಿದವರ ಪಾಲಿನ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ನೀನೇ ಈರೇಳು ಲೋಕದ ಅನುದಿನ ಇಹ ಪರದ ಸಾಧನೆಗೆ ನೀ ಕಾರಣ ಈರೇಳು ಲೋಕದ ಅನುದಿನ ಇಹ ಪರದ ಸಾಧನೆಗೆ ನೀ ಕಾರಣ ನಿನ್ನೊಲುಮೆ ನೋಟದ ಒಂದು ಹೊನ್ನ ಕಿರಣ ನೀಡಿದರೆ ಸಾಕಯ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಪಾವನ ಗಜಮುಖನೇ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ನಿನಗೆ ವಂದನೆ ನಂಬಿದರ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ನೀನೆ ನಂಬಿದ ಪಾಲಿನ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ನೀನೆ.
Thank you, Sneha, for the melodious song. And I now invite my colleague, Dr. Veda CV, Assistant Professor from Department of Social Work, Bangalore University, to introduce the speaker to the gathering. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm audible, ma'am?
Yeah, Veda.
Yeah. Good morning to all. Today's eminent speaker, Dr. B.T. Lavani, sir, currently working as Director of Research Center, Gnanaseva Foundation, Pune. Previously, sir was working as Director and Dean in Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Pune. Sir has been completed MSW in the year 1985, MPhil in the year 1990, and PhD in the year 1995 respectively from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Dr. B.T. Lavani is having total 30 years of teaching experience at postgraduate level and 15 years of administration experience as director in Bharati Vidyapeeth University and Yashwantrao Chauhan Institute of Social Science Studies and Research, Pune. Sir has 23 years of research experience and guided to 18 PhD, 3 MPhil students. Still 5 students are working under his guidance. Sir has published 14 books and 57 articles in various national and international journals. Dr. B.T. Lavani, sir, established a professional journal entitled South Asian Journal of Participative Development in the year 2001 and have been working as the chief editor of this journal. Sir also been a resource person to various national and international conferences as well as refresh courses. One of the important areas of Dr. B.T. Lavani's contribution is the development of NGOs in Maharashtra and Sir has been involved in collaborating and networking of social work colleges with NGOs and other social work organizations. With this brief introduction, I request Dr. B.T. Lavani sir to take over this session. Over to you, sir. Mrs. Anita, madam, kindly coordinate with PPTs.
ma'am, I'm doing that.
Thank you.
Sir, it is visible? Hello?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Visible, ma.
It is visible. It is visible. Hello.
Shall I go to the next slide, sir?
Yeah. You can go to the first slide. Next also you can go. This is just a caption. Okay, stop here.
Okay.
Am I audible now?
Sir.
I can also visible.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, otherwise it should not be. Very good morning to all of you. And I appreciate the efforts of Bangalore University Department of Social Work for organizing almost a week program on field work. It is really required for the students since it is the backbone of the social work education. I congratulate the chairperson of the department, Professor Kodandram sir, who is my friend and a professional colleague. I also appreciate the efforts of other faculty members who have been involved in the preparation of this program. With this few introductory words, I will come to my topic. Today is almost, I think, 5th day. And what I feel, all the participants who have been participated in this seminar, webinar, are very much well versed with the field work now. Because my fellow speakers must have made a very concrete efforts to explain what is field work, what are the components of the field work, what is the structure of the field work, and how the field work is important. Other things also they must have explained it. But today, what I'm going to do, while doing field work, we, the faculty members, the schools of social work, the students of social work, and the very important component of field work, that is the social organizations. That is the field work organizations where we are placing our students for the field work. We are facing a large number of problems. Sometimes I don't call it as a problem. There are some difficulties in the implementation of the field work. Therefore, what I'm going to emphasize here, at the student level, what are the problems? At the institution level, what are the problems? At the NGO level, social organization level, what are the problems? And what are the challenges and how to overcome these problems? So these are the efforts I'm going to do during 50 to 55 minutes of my presentation. If you look at this slide, I have made two statements here. Abhyasta siddhim apanoti means skill comes through practice. Practice makes man perfect. That is how our fieldwork is learning by doing. John Dewey's concept of learning by doing, we have accepted it and we are practicing it. As a student of psychology, I would like to emphasize that it is a learning which we call it as by trial and error method. The trial and error method means, I will give you examples of the trial and error. Swimming is a trial and error method. Learning bicycle is a trial and error method. We learn while learning the bicycle, we hold the bicycle, we fall down, we get up again, we again learn. So during the course of time of our learning, we learn all the skills. Once you are perfect, so we can ride the bicycle as per our wish very confidently. The same thing is required here. Ups and downs in the fieldwork practice, committing errors during the fieldwork training. These all are quite common. They are not avoidable issues. They are unavoidable because students are new, and of course, therefore, they will be facing the problems. So hence, what I suggest that, or what I say that, fieldwork training which we impart for our students, it has many difficulties, and those difficulties, so we will understand one by one. We'll go to the next slide. Next, please. No, come back, please. Somewhere we are missing. This thing. No, next. No. Oh, yes. General structure of fieldwork. Next slide. Okay. The first problem, I cannot say problem, that the whole structure of the fieldwork is universally implemented in all the schools of the social work, not only in India, across the country. So why I call it sometimes as a problem of that, we are very much restricted to this structure only. We are not willing to come out of the structure. And it is here our problem started. Generally, when the students take admission to our college, we take the students to the orientation visits to the various organizations. It may be an NGO related to the specially challenged children. It may be a development NGO. It may be civil society which is taking care of the rural development. Or for HR students, we take to the industries also to understand the industrial social work and HR practices. So through all these organizations, we help the students to understand what exactly happened in the field of social work. And the second is concurrent field work. This is the beauty of this social work profession, social work education, social work training. If you have a look at the other professions, including medical and nursing and other professions, you cannot find such a beautiful systematic concurrent training for them, because the entire course is divided into three parts. 1/3 of the weightage is given to the field work, 2/3 weightage is given to the theory courses. That is, it means that 2 days field work, 4 days theory courses. And this is recently what happened. Many schools have changed this inbuilt system according to their convenience, not according to the students' convenience. Suppose, for example, a faculty wish to go somewhere else. Friday, Saturday is a field work continuously, and Sunday is a holiday. 3 days unofficial holiday will be getting it. Therefore, he will be linking this Friday and Saturday as a field work day. No, this is absolutely wrong. Why I am telling wrong? Because Monday and Tuesday, our students are learning theory in the class. Wednesday, that is third day, he goes to the field. And whatever 2 days he has learned, he will be going to implement by trial and error method in his fieldwork agency all the principles, techniques, methods, etc. of the social work education, what he has learned in the theory. Wednesday, he will try to implement it. Thursday, again, he come back to the school of social work. He has an opportunity to talk to the supervisor what problems he had encountered during the previous fieldwork day. And thereafter, again, with all these modifications, suggestions by the fieldwork supervisor, again, he goes to the field on Friday and he learn it and he practice it. And again, he come to the Saturday to the school of social work. Then he will have an interaction with the teacher supervisor, and he he will discuss whatever he has done during the 2 days of field work, and Sunday he has time to write the field work reports. And Monday, by the time he come to the agency, he will submit the field work reports. These all are the expectations. In practical, what happens, that is a different matter. So I'm giving more emphasis that concurrent field work is more important. And there are many convenient schools. I call them convenient schools because according to their conveniences, they are going to do it. I was there in a central university attending the board of studies meeting. They said, sir, HR, there cannot be concurrent field work in the syllabus. I said, why? They said, no, sir, there are no agencies in the city. Therefore, what we will do after the course of 1 year, I mean the completion of the course, 1 month we are going to send them for the continuous field work. I said, already there is a block placement system. And if you don't have field work agency, don't start. If there are no relevant fieldwork agencies, please don't start that specialization. It is injustice to the students. Therefore, I convinced the board of studies member, including the chairman, that if you have the agency, you make it a compulsory concurrent fieldwork for the HR also. Otherwise, you stop it, don't start the HR courses. Therefore, what I am telling, so without go concurrent fieldwork. Then coming to the block placement, it refers to continuous full-time engagement of 24 days to 30 days. Normally 30 days, few schools they cut short and come to the full. Here, all the methods are integratedly practiced. Group work, social case work, community organization, and other auxiliary methods. All the methods are, so they are interchangeably, integratedly, they are practiced over here. Here, the trainee is expected to work as if he is an employee of the organization. And after completion of 1 month full-time training, the satisfactory certificate is given by the agency, and then we declare the result or whatever the different systems we are practicing in the different department, universities, the schools of social work. Then there is one more structure added to this, the optional components, but it is not optional today. It is optional in the beginning days of social work. Social work camp, earlier it was called as a social camp. Now we are calling it as a social work camp. It is a compulsory part of it. And today, again, there are people, they are not going for the camp. There are few colleges of social work, Department of Social Work of universities. They are doing social work camp under the banner of NSS camp. My dear friends, there is a difference between the NSS camp and the social work camp. So therefore, the motto of NSS is different. The professional objective of social work camp is different. Therefore, we need to take care of here. We cannot club both and do it. Study tours are there, special exposure visits are there. All these, this is a skeleton. This is a skeleton of the field work. And if the skeleton is proper, then rest of the things will be automatically taking place. Next, please. Okay. I have two problems mentioned which are related to the students. If you look at my slide, that non-availability of meritorious students opting for social work as a profession, due to which the products coming out of the field of social work are poor and weak. Many times, the very intelligent students who joined our course may challenge it. Recently, in our department, we are receiving the students from engineering faculty, from medical faculty also for doing MSW. But those are exceptional cases. My dear students, if you look at this problem and my statement that the students coming to the professional social work are not the top of the graduates. Where the top of the graduates, top of the +2 students go after 12th, after 10th, those who are meritorious will go to the science. And again, after 12th, most of these science students will go to the medical, engineering, and such other highly money fetching professions. So top priority medical, engineering, health sciences, then come to the commerce, then management. Then there are some other professions. So, for example, nursing is there. Okay, and paramedical courses are there. Wherever job fetching is more, all the intelligent students will go there. And who will come to us? Our students who are at the fourth layer. Fourth, I am very consciously using this term. They who are there at the fourth layer of the course, they are joining to this course. And here, for the carpenter, for the what do you say, the blacksmith, the metal is more. And if the metal itself is perfect, it is very difficult to bring the commitment, the hard work, the intelligence, the skills, and other things to make the students very perfect. So therefore, what I'm telling here, my concern is that our students coming to this course are not highly professional, ambition oriented, and thus there is the commitment is less, the concern is less, the enthusiasm less. Chalo chalte ka naam gadi kuch to karna hai bolke they will correct. Because of this, the students are facing in the agency, are facing at the school level while doing the field work. Then second one is examination orientation of those students, due to which professional approach is not developed in the field. Normally what happens, it is all the experiences of, it is the experience of all the teachers. When the exams are near, students will come and ask you, sir, please give us some important questions. Please give us some important questions. So means what? Important questions. I as a teacher never give any important questions. I tell that each and every word that is there in the syllabus is important. Anything may be asked for the examination. The students will ask for the important and go for the important questions. Secondly, they will go for the options also. They will take the examination question papers of last 3 years and they will do see that last year this question is there. It will not be repeated. So leave it. So this optional method they will be following for the examination. What does it shows? It shows that students are more inclination towards the examination, getting the good marks, and immediately getting the good job. So therefore, this is a second issue which we are facing in the. Thirdly, third important problem of the students is a language problem. It is not brought in the slide here actually. It is a language problem because we are getting the students from different states, different part of our country. And sometimes we are also getting the students from the foreign country. We here in Pune, we are getting students from 18 to 20 states across the country. And 4 to 5 countries, foreign students, we are also getting the students. The major problem with the students, outside students, is the language. When a non-Marathi student, a student from Manipuri student come and place them in the rural development agency, nobody will speak English. Sometimes they cannot understand the Hindi also. So Marathi is the only language, and therefore what happened? They will be facing the problems. So language is the another important problem at the students level. Next slide, please. Problems in fieldwork training number 2, that is agency specific problems. Agency specific problems, there are 6 to 7 issues concerned with the agency. I have listed in my slides. The number 1 is lack of required work culture in the agencies, due to which field work is not practiced rigorously. Lack of required work culture means not the work culture of the agencies I am talking. The field work culture. Many times what happened? Why it is because not all the fieldwork agencies are getting students regularly, continuously for the fieldwork. Sometimes if the students are more, we send our students to all the agencies. If the students are less, we drop some agencies. So it is because of this what happened. So there is a a very important part of fieldwork culture is not imbibed among the agency staff, and there they are facing the problems. Come back. This second one is very important issue, problem of fieldwork as regards to the agency. Lack of trained social work manpower in most of the agencies. You can say, if you ask me, in a city like Pune, Bangalore, Mysore, Mumbai, the metropolitan, cosmopolitan cities, they do have the agencies wherein we can find the MSW staff. But in other part of the cities, it is very difficult to find all the trained social workers in the agency. If I remember my fieldwork days as a student, for first year, I was placed in one of the hostel. It was a girls' hostel, BC girls' hostel, backward class students' hostel. And there, who was my fieldwork supervisor? My fieldwork supervisor was 70-year-old madam, the superintendent of the agency, who had education only up to 10th standard, never exposed to the fieldwork theory, philosophy, components, methods, techniques, nothing else. And 1 year continuously, I was supposed to, rather forced to undergo the training under that madam. Fortunately, the madam had gained some experience during the past few years of talking to the MSW students and what MSW students need and all. But so working a postgraduate students under the supervision of a 10th pass person and a non-professional social worker. So how do you say, is it a worthy? Is it a correct? It is not at all correct. Therefore, here what happened, if the agency supervisor is not trained in social work, the challenge is the rest with the teacher supervisor. The teacher supervisor has to visit the agency frequently, and he has to coordinate all the activities of the students regularly. And the agency supervisor will be just a nominal supervisor, a non-professional supervisor. Therefore, here the more responsibility is with the teachers and with the School of Social Work. So therefore, this is always, and you cannot avoid it also. Many times what happens, if there are number of agencies are less, you will have to depend upon them. And I request all the schools of social work, see that there is a person who is qualified professionally, and such persons will be giving the training to our students. Third one, semi-trained persons either as a head or as a supervisor, due to which the quality of fieldwork training gets affected. So lack of trained and semi-trained. Semi-trained means it is what happened. You can ask me what is a semi-trained, how do you define it? What happens, because of the very intervention interactions with the schools of social work, the senior most agency supervisors, by way of attending the seminars, conferences, etc., they are little familiar with the practice of the field work, and they can do well. But there also the problems are existing. Next one. Finding a suitable agencies, as I told you that. So what happens for HR student, many times, if the proper agency, proper industries are not found, we place them in the government offices, say MACB office. MACB office at the block level, at the division level, they have the HR department. But HR department at the MACB office and the HR department at the manufacturing or corporate sector are entirely different. The student may miss the opportunity. Number one. Number two, as I told you, so we have medical and psychiatric social work practice, and we don't normally or usually regularly send our students to the hospitals or health organizations only. The students are from the specialization of medical and psychiatric social work, and they are sent to some other organization. In particularly in the smaller cities where hospitals are less. Say for example, if you go to city like Solapur, city like Kolhapur, or some Usmanabad, right? There are very less hospitals, one or two. One is civil hospital, one or two other two hospitals will be there. And in all these hospitals, there is no guarantee of medical social workers appointed in the hospital. And again, the question comes, if the medical social workers are not appointed there, and what the hell of the student, hell of the learning, the experience the student will be getting it. So, therefore, what I say, getting a suitable agency. Suitable means what is that? The suitable to the student and suitable to the course, suitable to the learning aspects, suitable to the specialization. All these are very important. And if they are not there, then there will be mismatch. Then the next problem comes, that lack of practical oriented faculty, due to which the schools are not in a position to impart training in social education in a professional and practical sense. What does it mean? In my book, I have made a few suggestions. My first book written based on my fieldwork research, social work education and field instructions. I have written that for the recruitment of social work teachers, we should make one compulsion that the candidate should have a minimum of 2 years field experience. Unless he worked in the field, so he cannot handle competently the fieldwork training. And my senior teachers will ask me a question, Dr. Lavani, do you mean that all these days we have played with the students? We have not done anything? No, sir. I have respect to all the senior teachers. You have made all your special skills and knowledge, and so you have helped the students to learn it. But instead of that, if we made it as a compulsion that for the recruitment of teachers of social work, minimum 2 years field experience is required, a compulsion. Those candidates will be eligible for the teaching post, teaching position. That will be better. So, and secondly, what I say, if that is not done there, we always claim ours is a practice profession. Social work is a practice profession. I have a question to all my seniors, my juniors, and my colleagues. Tell me, what percent of our students are there purely for the independent practice? I have a different concept about the independent practice. Means that, so have we establishing own NGOs, establishing own counseling center, establishing own guidance center. So recruitment agency, HR, students, like that. So the teachers who are appointed there should have own agency, and through that he will be learning what exactly. I think, am I audible? There is showing internet is not there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Because on my screen it is appeared that. Okay, so what I mean, lack of practical oriented faculty sometimes is a problem for the fieldwork. The next one, lack of suitable content of fieldwork training, due to which the training cannot be imparted as per the expectations of professional social work. What is this lack of suitable content? Again, I have mentioned in all these, how many of us we send our students with a modified, updated fieldwork content? The answer I don't want to tell you. So it is an introspection for all of us that many a time in city like Pune, I am experiencing that If you send your students without content of field work, the agency people immediately will call you, Dr. Lavani, your student has come without any content and program of field work. What to teach them, we don't have any guidelines. Therefore, call back the students or you come to agency and we will prepare. My different experience in different fieldwork agencies in Pune, I used to place my students in the SIPLA Foundation. In the SIPLA Foundation, the practice was that every year we need to change the content of fieldwork. I asked my agency supervisor why it is so. He said, sir, every time our internal department, the staff members are changing, our programs are changing, our other activities are changing, and based on the proposed activities of the academic year or officially whatever you call it. So every year we are going to change the program, and your fieldwork training program should tune with the existing or the proposed program of the agency. This is how most of the time I don't, my teachers may blame me that what Lavani you are speaking, that do you mean that we are not sending students with the content and are we not doing well? No, you are doing well, but 70% of the teachers, they are not doing well. They are not doing well. They don't prepare the fieldwork content and they are sent. Anyhow, this is a debatable matter. This is not the platform to discuss it. This is one of the major problems. Next. Then come back again. Come back. Problems related to the fieldwork training, school specific problems. At the school level, we have discussed about the agency level. We have discussed about the student level, teachers level, and now it is about the, say, this is about the school oriented related problems. I have mentioned 3 to 4 to 5 problems related to school. Lack of fieldwork manual. Again, I ask my teachers, heads of the department, principals and directors of the schools of social work, how many departments, colleges, schools in India are having their fieldwork manual? Number one. And if you have, how many times it is modified and updated? Once you prepare the fieldwork manual, it is not a Bhagavad Gita, it is not a Quran that you cannot change it. No. Every time it has to be changed. So, fieldwork manual is not there. When there is no fieldwork manual, how to practice this? So, therefore, lack of fieldwork manual at the various departments of the universities, lack of this manual at the colleges and the institutes of social work is a major challenging problem, and this is hampering the field work in India. The next one is dearth of literature on field work. All of we are experiencing. How many of us we are having, literature on field work? Or if there is a literature, whether it has reached your library or not. Are we checking our libraries? In the beginning days of my career, my first book rather in social work is on social work education and field work instructions. If I am right, most of the colleges and schools know B.T. Lavani as a writer on field work. So my while writing this book and while doing my research, I had an opportunity, my dear friends, to sit in the library of Tata Institute of Social Sciences. For your kind information, there are 65 research articles published in the Indian Journal of Social Work that is on the field work. Unfortunately, this literature has not reached. Number two, most of these articles are old articles, so they are not available right now in the libraries of the social work colleges. Therefore, we need to develop the literature on field work. And most of the, Dr. Subedar, my teacher, who is no more I remember him that, he has made a very different attempt to write a book on fieldwork. It is a first of its kind in India. It is a first of its kind in India who has written a book on fieldwork based on his teaching experiences. And the book is like a manual. You may not find any references over there. All the chapters of the books all are based on his experience. Rawat publication has published. It is printed and reprinted many times. It has well received by the Indian universities. So I request again my colleagues and my friends that we should focus on the field work. We should give a topic for the project reports to our students so that our literature will be created. We should encourage our junior teachers to undertake their MPhil and PhD thesis writing on the fieldwork so that literature and fieldwork will be developed. Then lack of the required work culture in the schools due to which fieldwork is not required. You may say, all will be attacking. What do you say? Do you think that we don't have any work culture? I leave it to you. Matter. You introspect. You think. One example I will give it. The part of work culture that in the schools of social work, once you join as a teacher of the department, you will be given 3-4 agencies to you. These are your agencies. And throughout your retirement, you will be only with those agencies. And if you want to take somebody's agency, as per your requirement, your other colleague will tell, no, it is my agency. Sometimes I ask my teachers, senior teachers and junior teachers, is it registered by your name, this agency? Have you purchased it? My dear friend, on the contrary, we should change. Always in my faculty meeting also, when I was working as a director of the department, my colleagues will remember me, if anyone is listening to me, that I had requested all my teachers that every 3 years, we will have to change our fieldwork agency within the faculty member, within the specialization, so that the teacher will be having orientation to other agencies also. He will have an opportunity to learn what are the practices of fieldwork are done in that agency. Otherwise, so suppose Family Planning Association is with me. When I joined as a teacher, till my retirement, I'm there only. What does it mean? And the same thing happened with the subject teaching. I am teaching group work. Till my end of my life, I will be teaching group work. What does it mean? So I understand. So because of your long experience, you will give subject justice to the topic and subject. But I am of the opinion that every 3 years, so you please change the subject as per your specialization. I do not say go to the other specialization and teach somebody's paper that. If I am from HR, so within the HR, the teachers need to change the subject. I remember my teacher when I was student, and he had recently joined as a teacher in the department. He started teaching labor welfare until the retirement. That paper was not given to anybody. In between him, somebody asked her, he used to shout at others, what nonsense you are talking? It is my topic. It's not my paper. Labor welfare, I am expert. These are very funny things. Why this happens? Because teachers do not want to go and read some other books. Teachers do not want to go for the preparation for other subjects. Therefore, all the old notes are there. I will show you, or you can interaspect or ask your senior teachers to interaspect them. There are many teachers, the notes which have been prepared at the beginning of their career, they are using till the end. If the notes are torn, if there is something, they will use the cello tape and will continue with the same notes. The day of the retirement, again they will hand over to their junior teachers and it will be continued. This is really a miserable situation. That's again not the component, the content of my today's talk. So lack of fieldwork culture means it should be very flexible. So every time the teachers should change the agency, the students should, as per the requirement of the students, requirement of the agencies, these are the part of it that has to be taken care. Then this is challenging. Lack of healthy competition in the field, due to which the schools are not able to maintain the standard of field work training. What happened? Today, there is a mushroom growth of social work colleges. When I joined as a Gulbarga University as a teacher, what was our intake? Our intake was only 14 students. Bangalore University, 14 to 20 students. Mysore University, no other university totally were having the intake of more than 20 students. And how many? Dharwad, Bangalore, Mysore, Gulbarga, Mangalore, 5 to 6 universities. Today, we are given it to the private colleges also. If you come to Gulbarga University, I am giving example of Gulbarga University because I am having more familiarity with the Gulbarga University. There are near about 45 colleges of social work in Gulbarga University, and there are no 45 NGOs for field work. And these 45 colleges, I was also on the affiliation committee. I have rejected most of the schools, the affiliation given to them due to so many lacunas with the School of Social Work. These colleges have become the money earning sources for them. And what happens? Once the students get the certificate without studying, without going to the class, without doing anything, then he will be declaring himself, he will bring a certificate of university that yes, I am also MSW. Such students will go to interview for the corporate sector, for the NGO, for the government jobs. And in the interview, they are unable to answer a single question in a professional way. And then the NGOs, government officers and others will say, MSWs knows nothing. MSWs knows nothing. So they don't know anything, don't prefer the MSW students, go for the other alternative candidates. It is because that the stuff of those colleges wherein neither faculty members nor library, nothing is there, students come only for the examination, and what a hell you can expect the fieldwork training very systematically. Therefore, my dear teachers and my dear students and the dear management members, please see that our students are properly trained. And affiliating authorities, the university should take care that unless there is a minimum requirement, affiliation should not be given. And this spoils the fieldwork culture. This spoils the field organizational culture. This spoils the professional competency. Therefore, we need to take care of it. Next one. And one more thing. Unhealthy, please. Lack of healthy competition, how it happens, I tell you. If I remember, today most of them, they are gold medalists. They are first class with distinction. The results are ulta. Earlier, the merit of the students was used to be in the shape of the bell. You know, bell curve, how it is there. Top of the bell, small spaces there. One student will be rank holder, two students will be first class with distinction, four students will be first class. So another four students will be near first class, another four students will be higher second class, and remaining 50% students will be pass class. This is the distribution of the IQ. I am a student of psychology. If you explain the IQ level of the whole population of the country and the world, only 1% of the population is highly intellectual. They are the rank holders. So here in the result also, only 1% of the student will score 90%, 99%. Not all 50% student will score 99%. If this happens, something is wrong. So because of the unhealthy competition, what happened? So everybody is giving marks like anything. 95, 96, 95, 96 in the fieldwork, project report, study tour, and all these, the marks are given like anything. This is unhealthy competition because everybody wants that our students should get more marks. This is not a competition. It should be healthy competition. And in the field work, 95 marks are there. In the theory, 50 marks are there. And if this be the case, this is something wrong going on. Please, somebody should take care of PPT. It is narrowed now. Hello. Make it full, please. Right. Thank you. Sorry. Come to almost last. Okay. Those are the problems. I have explained that. There are some issues and challenges. Just I will brief it because another 5 to 10 minutes time is there. How much time is left? Can you tell me, Kodantram sir?
Sir, up to 12:30.
12:30 we are going to.
Yeah.
Then I have another, because another 10 minutes I want to give it to the students for discussion.
Yeah, sir. After 12:30 we can go ahead with the Q&A. Thank you.
Then issues and challenges. As I told you, general structure of fieldwork. I have given in my first slide what is the general structure of fieldwork. And all those structural matter, we are very much practicing the same. If permissible, we should come out of the structure. But one thing, without disturbing the concurrent fieldwork. So concurrent fieldwork should be there. But don't change according to the convenience of the teachers. I was reading a thesis written by Philomena D'Souza. Philomena D'Souza had done a fieldwork PhD on fieldwork training in the Indian schools of social work. She had studied leading schools of social work in India. Leading, I don't want to take the names of those schools and the university department. So randomly, she had taken 12 leading schools of social work. In her thesis, if you want to check it, you can go to TISS and the thesis is there in the very much bookshelves in the PhD section report section. There you can find. She has written that there are 2 unofficial holidays for the teachers of social work. They are nothing but fieldwork days. In our department, what we do, a teacher has to come to department by 9:30 to 10 in between. He has to sign the muster. Then he has to plan himself which agency is going, and then he will go to the fieldwork. But in most of the departments, it so happens that on those days, the teachers need not come to the department. I understand city like Bangalore, city like Bombay, it is difficult to come to the department and going to the fieldwork agency. But other than Bombay, Bangalore, Pune, Kolkata, Delhi, around 10 to 12 cities you live it. Other cities, Solapur, for example, Kolhapur, Gulbarga, Davangere, Ballari. So these are the cities, very, very small cities, you know that. You can spare half an hour time and come to the department just and put your signature, go. It means that at least it is a guarantee that on the fieldwork day, the teacher is in the city itself. He is not on tour. People come and sign the muster, go for the marriage, go for their native places, come back again. And today, I ask all the students and the teachers make an effort. Most of the colleges of social work, they have changed the fieldwork day structure. Earlier, universally, Wednesday and Friday were there. But today, most of us, we have changed. It is on Friday and Saturday. My dear teachers, once the student leave your department on Thursday afternoon, he will come back only on Monday. 3 days, you are not seeing the face of your students. And the students are not seeing the face of his supervisor. And this gap, I don't know. The earlier structure Wednesday, Friday with a theory, and so the theory and practice go hand in hand even in a week also. And therefore, the structure should be there. But suppose, for example, there are few departments they started advanced orientation visits. What are these advanced orientation visits? These advanced orientation visits are nothing but in the given specialization, you are arranging few more intensive visits to the organizations. Wherein in the orientation visit, what we do, around 2 hours we will be conducting orientation visits and students will come back. But in the advanced orientation visit, the students may be there in the agency for the whole day, and they will be learning all the structural, the cultural part, the performance, the activities of the organization as per the specialization. Therefore, the structure is one of the issue which is now to be taken care of and accordingly in a systematic way and in a convenient way, but the convenience should lead to the performance and the quality of the social work education imparted in this course of social work. Next one is fieldwork syllabus. Fieldwork syllabus, as I told you, most of the colleges, schools, they don't have it, but now onwards they should prepare it. There cannot be, to me, for individual student, fieldwork program is different, syllabus is different again. Fieldwork programs are based on the agency wise and student wise. For example, in the same agency, if you are placing 2 students and both the students will be having different fieldwork programs, not same program. But here, fieldwork syllabus is a general common guidelines. So you are preparing it, what is expected to be done in the agency and all during the first semester, second semester, or month-wise, whatever you are going to be learning inputs you are going to put it over there. Third is supervision. Again, it's a very much challenging. Supervision, if I am right, senior teachers and professors, they take supervision as an inferiority job. It is an inferiority job. Means going to the agency, sitting in front of a person who is junior to him, and the professor will carry always the ego. I am a professor and head of the department of such a great university. I am going to a small agency and sitting in front of the person. This is a question of ego. And therefore, the supervision has hampered. In Karnataka, Kodandasaram sir knows, and other teachers of social work in Karnataka may be knowing it. This question was raised by the senior professors, and Karnataka University Dharwad started appointing fieldwork supervisors. They appointed fieldwork supervisors for the supervision. And I think if I am right, Professor Virupakshaya from Bangalore University, he was a fieldwork supervisor, then elevated as a teacher, then reader and other things. That's a different thing. I don't want to tell you that. So,
Mysore also.
Yes, sir.
In Mysore also.
Yeah.
Mysore University.
Mysore University. They were appointed as the fieldwork supervisors because senior teachers, they did not want to go to the agency, thinking that how should I go? Or they will say, I have a lot of responsibilities. My dear teachers, you have no other responsibility other than the teaching and supervision. First responsibility is teaching, first responsibility is supervision, all other administrative responsibilities, doing PhD, guiding PhD, delivering lectures, moving to conferences, they are secondary. Your first job is teaching. If you are not doing the teaching job, you are not a teacher. And the day you lost the interest in teaching, the teacher in you is dead. Don't allow the teacher to die within you. And that is happening in many times with the most of the senior teachers. So supervision, what happens, I tell you, my dear students, it is a very, very collaborative and a teamwork. Supervision by the teacher, supervision of the agency supervisor, These two persons are there, and supervision by the head of the department. I have a request to head of the department. You also should give a surprise visit to the agencies. Surprise means not policing. Policing is different. Talk to them. Surprise means all of a sudden you just ring to the agency. I want to come to your agency, have a discussion and a cup of tea. Then you can go there. At least your teachers, your students will say, hey, my HOD may come at any time, at least I should be. Because in India, democracy is not successful. Why it is not successful, I tell you that. To do your rights and responsibilities, one supervisor has to be appointed. And in India, I think from a professor in Bangalore University only, I think he has written one book, maybe on supervision something or thesis something. I was reading, in India, 60% amount is paid to the supervision and management, then only 40% is paid to the laborers. Means the real level. Means supervision, you need a person to tell your job. So your HOD should tell, go to field work, it is very important, don't miss the supervision work. Why HOD should tell you? It is your responsibility. Don't wait for the word of a supervisor who is your head of the department. So that is what happening. So there should be a cohesive, a well-planned supervision chart. This is one way, by way of visiting the agency, talking to the agency supervisor, calling the student in the agency, asking him what you are doing. Are you comfortable with the agencies? Are you facing any difficulties? These are the things you will have to discuss with the students in front of the agency supervisor. So that the agency supervisor will take care. Professor, wahan se aate hai, we should take care of it. And you are also not going. I am also not going. Students are also not going. I remember one situation that I was a supervisor, okay, and one student was placed in the BC hostel for the boys. That student was working in an orchestra. He was good singer in the orchestra. He took the admission. But as a supervisor, I used to visit regularly to the agency and I put many letters to the students. He never responded. Those days there were no semesters. At the end of the year, I wrote 3 letters to the agency supervisor. Please stop this fieldwork of the student. He did not bother me. Last day, he came to the fieldwork. Come to the Viva for the fieldwork. And I requested my director, sir, this boy never visited the fieldwork agency. Please don't take his fieldwork Viva. He said, okay. And this boy came to know. What he did, immediately he rushed to the agency. He got the letter from the agency supervisor that he was very regular and honest. He has done a very good fieldwork in our agency. He brought a letter. He had handed over to that letter to my director. My director called me inside and shown this letter. Simply, I took the letter and read it. I torn the letter and thrown in front of the director. You go yourself, take the student, go to hell. And because of my wrath and anger, director said, okay, Baba, I am not going to take the Viva of this student. Then there was an inquiry conducted on the student, and really he had never visited the agency. And and tell me how many teachers will take the risk? How many teachers will quarrel with the students? How many teachers will do this? Such attitude will come. Therefore, my dear students, my dear teachers, my dear management, if the supervision is the one of the important tools in the hands of the management, in the hands of the schools, in the hands of the supervisors, in the hands of, to make fieldwork very effective. And if this tool is not properly used, and do you know, we have another component of the supervision, that is individual conferences and group conferences. And this should be in our department. There is a timetable. In the timetable only we put that. So individual conferences during this time, group conferences during this time. Of course, we also add it as a workload sometimes, because teachers may say that a lot of workload is there. So we have sufficient teachers in the department. What we do that? So the workload of the individual conferences and group conferences are also considered as the teacher's workload. These are administrative matters and technical matters. It is left to the departments and the management and the teachers. But here, regularly, 80% of the teachers, they are not conducting the individual conferences and the group conferences. At the scheduled time, As and when, as per your convenient, come here, I will discuss with you for the period of, no. It is very non-formal, unprofessional, unethical. Everything should be jotted down, everything should be scheduled well, the time should be scheduled, the agenda should be fixed, and then only you can go for the supervisory conferences. Otherwise, no conferences. They are not at all useful. Yes, group conferences and conferences are there. Recording and report writing is more important. The students go to the agency with a fieldwork diary. You check the diary, nothing is written. What they do, the student attended the fieldwork, he reported to agency this time, and he returned from the agency. There is a signature of the teacher supervisor and the agent supervisor, ended matter. No. In my whole career, if you ask my students, some of my students may be attending this conference seminar here, I have given the link. I used to give them 2 diaries. One diary, short diary, only for the log report, that is attendance report. The other second diary is a compulsory and more important, where the students will be recording everything what he has done during the whole day of the field work, jotting down the notes, jotting down the points, writing the difficulties encountered, the procedure what he has done, everything in detail, 4 to 5 pages per fieldwork day he has to write. 200 pages diary he has to maintain for the fieldwork. So throughout my career, my students made compulsory 2 diaries. And many a time my few adamant students asked me, sir, other students, they are taking only 1 diary, you are asking to purchase 1 more diary, why? So if you want to continue under me as a student, you take 1 diary, otherwise you don't go. Go to your director and talk, finish, matter ends. So you have liberty, you can do that. Sometimes you have to take the risk. You have to take the initiative. That's not happening. Therefore, recording means, to my knowledge, as per the information, that the student, whatever is recording while doing the field work at the agency, that we call it as a recording here. Record means not official record kept in the office. Okay. Based on your day-to-day recording of the field work, you are writing the detailed report. That I call it as a fieldwork report. So exactly what is happening during your conducting casework, right? During your, your discussion with the agency supervisor, your discussion with the client, your discussion with other people in the agency, whatever you are getting the knowledge, go on recording it. And based on that record, you are supposed to write the fieldwork report. To me and others also, what I say, how to write the report and when to submit it. Those are technical requirements, but I just, for your understanding, I'm telling you that every Monday, the student has to submit the detailed report. And every Thursday and every Saturday, the student has to submit the log report. A log report is a brief report, as you know that. So soon after coming from the field work on Wednesday, okay, evening you are writing the diary and getting the signature. Okay, you are coming back, right? And then Thursday you are showing it to your supervisor during your individual conferences. Then again Friday you are doing field work. Saturday again you are showing your log report to the agency supervisor. And then Sunday you are sitting at the home writing the detailed report. Monday you are submitting the detailed report. This is the structure. This is the practice has to be followed by the students and teachers. Meticulously it has to be followed. Otherwise it's of no use. Then fieldwork evaluation. Fieldwork evaluation, as I told you, unhealthy competition is there. More marks are given. No. In our school also, what we have made some cut-off percentage. You cannot go beyond that. A teacher cannot give 98% to his students working under him. No. So we have made some guidelines. The pattern of allotting the marks. We have prepared some components, say use of supervision, visits to the agency, his punctuality, his records and writing, his achievements in the field work, all those such components, they are added in the evaluation sheet, and for each and every component, marks are allotted. My dear students and teachers, I have one suggestion which I am practicing, that there is one method I do it, that is a self-evaluation method. For teachers also, self-appraisal, we are having it. UGC has made it compulsory that every teacher has to fill up the form, that is self-appraisal form. Understand? So here, what I used to tell to my students, the first day when you join to this department under me for supervision as a student, I am giving you 100 marks. First day I am giving you 100 marks. And if you go on maintaining the same till the end of the field work, you will be there at the 100. And if you are not doing some of the things, your marking will be count down. Today 1 mark reduced because of this. You have not submitted a report, this marks is reduced. You were not there punctual, so your marks are reduced. Like that daily, whatever is there, so the daily performance is maintained. So what I say, my dear teachers and students, evaluation should be a continuous evaluation. Every month, the student should be made aware about his whereabouts. Where is his performance? Is it excellent? Is it good? Is it average? Is it below average? And at the fag end of the day of the evaluation, you tell your student your performance was not good and therefore your marks are less. Then it is your mistake, not the student's mistake. The student should be given to his understanding periodically that your standing in the fieldwork is here. It is excellent, it's good, it's average, it's below average. Continuously you should tell. If it is not continuously told, that is not an evaluation. This is the second point. So third, what I told you, self-evaluation. I give students opportunity that take one plain paper, they will write how much marks should be allotted to them. They will write, and below that they should give justification why 75 marks should be given to him or her. He or she will write that so I have done these things excellently, therefore I should be given this mark. So I used to take the self-evaluated marks, my agency supervisor marks, and my own marks. All three will be averaged, then calculated on an average, and average marks are allotted to the students. So this has to be done. So therefore, fieldwork evaluation is one of the challenge. Overnight, tomorrow is the assessment, and today you are telling, so you are not eligible to pass, you are failed in the examination. If you tell the ending day of the course that your student is failing in the evaluation and the fieldwork, that is your wrong, your mistake, not the student's mistake. Student should be given continuously understanding about his problem. Then next one. wait a minute. Time I'm looking at. Another 10 minutes. Challenges in the management of the field work. Number one, most of the time what happens, there are very few teachers. Single teacher departments are there. For example, my colleague Professor Kodataram has to do a lot of work because all senior teachers, they retired, and by virtue of his seniority, he is the only person, and he has to do all the shows. He has to work as a junior teacher, he has to work as a head of the department, he has to take care of so many things. And not only it is with this, if you come to Gulbarga University, for the last 15 years, only one teacher, K.S. Mali Patil sir. Who else is there? And all guest faculty, my dear teachers and my dear university vice chancellors, guest faculty are not accountable to you. Try to understand. Guest faculty are there only to teach and go out of the classroom. Other than that, they are not responsible. If something happened to the students, to the agency, to their performance, their failure, their passing, their everything, guest faculty are not responsible. Technically, they are not responsible. By performance, by good, by willingness, if they take responsibility, that is up to you. Therefore, it is the same on the part of the government. It is the same on the part of the Karnataka government and other governments also, where teachers are not there. 15 years, a single teacher is handling the department. What all 3 to 4 university vice chancellor, they came and go. What the hell they have done it? Where they have gone it? So this is really a ridiculous situation. and we expect that our university should and such universities are ranked as the top universities. So it is not only with the Gulbarga University, not with the Mysore, not with the Bangalore, not with the Karnataka, not with the Maharashtra, not with the Gujarat. You go to any university, there are many central universities today. More than 40 central universities are there. How many teachers are there? What is their workload? And if the workload is more and more, here what I'm raising, why I'm raising this issue, that so one teacher, believe me, sir, in one of the department there were 22 students placed under one teacher, and all these 22 students are placed in the 22 agencies. And is it possible to go to the field for all the 22 agencies? Therefore, this is a management issue. Management means the HOD, the university, the schools of social work, the private management, they will take it. Second is the agencies get students from different colleges more than a requirement. Means in the agency, what happens, sir? Earlier, say for example, in Gulbarga, as I told you, 45 colleges of social work. And agencies are 20 agencies. How many students they will take it? It's a big problem. Managing students who do not have the relevant aptitude and right attitude, etc. Because time is short, all the agencies look forward to the faculty supervision and their involvement in the students. That is almost, I don't think that I should read this and some of the agencies feel that as teachers feel, it is also my experience. Some of the agencies, they don't agree with the concurrent field work. They have one difficulty. What is the difficulty? The student come on Wednesday and Friday, and he goes. In between, there is no link. And if there is no link, we cannot give them continuous work. For example, they will be allowed giving an assignment. That assignment should be done in one shot. And the student come on Wednesday and goes back again, come on Friday. The work is not done in one shot. It is for their convenience. It is for their convenience. They ask for the regular 2 days, continuous 2 days. In that cases, if it is unavoidable, so you can be flexible. As I told you, our structure should be flexible. And as I told you recently, instead of concurrent fieldwork, 1 whole month fieldwork is done. So many things are there. Togetherly, all these things, I want to put one thing that the fieldwork program is going to be a teacher-centered, not the student-centered. Our placement, our training, our supervision, etc., should be student-centered and should be fieldwork agency-centered. Rather, it is turning school-centered and teacher-centered. If it is convenient for the teacher will change according to his requirement. Most of the students, teachers, they do not want to place the students in the far away agencies, 20 kilometers away. They say, oh, where to go for supervision? Let us place the students nearby my university only. So these are the convenient things. So therefore, convenience should be only for the agency, for the student, not for the teachers, not for the department. Next one. Next one. This is more important, what we have done, all these discussions. My dear students and my teachers, I would like to conclude my presentation with 4 to 5 important suggestions. As I told you, the schools of social work should develop their own fieldwork agencies. Development of live labs or school agencies means the colleges, schools, departments should develop some agencies. For example, you can start a counseling center. You can start a rural development agency in villages. So you can start, that of course, in universities and some other situation, technically it is not permitted. I understand. Wherever technically it is permissible, you go for the establishing your own agency. But for universities also, they can center. I think if I'm right, in Maharashtra, CSRD Ahmednagar. CSRD Ahmednagar is School of Social Work. So they have developed their own agencies in the rural development areas. Like that, so each school should develop some model laboratories of field work. So it can be shown to the other students, it can be shown to the other agency supervisors. One more thing I don't want to forget before I close my discussion. I have a very genuine request to all the HODs and teachers of social work. Please arrange fieldwork agency supervisors meeting. Fieldwork agency supervisors meeting. Because they will get opportunity to express their difficulties, their expectations. They will know your school, what you have done and what you are doing, etc. Therefore, regularly, one general fieldwork agency supervisors meet, number one. Here all the agencies generally will come. Secondly, specialization wise, intensive fieldwork agency meets. Means all the agency supervisors are invited to department and all the teachers will be sitting there. A sort of dialogue will be taken place. And if permissible, students can also be there. For some sessions, students will be there. Some confidential session, administrative matters, students cannot be over there. This has to be done. This is one of the remedy for the development of the field work. So number one is development of live labs. Second is conducting the fieldwork agency supervisors meet. Third is public-private collaboration. That what I am telling you that the students should be useful to the agencies also. Today CSR projects are there. In the CSR projects, let our students be there as if an employee. And we should, the poor students who are there, who are unable to pay the fees and all, who are unable to manage their day-to-day affairs, there we will request these projects pay some honorarium to our students, so that it is useful to the agency also, because from the less amount they are getting done the work from the qualified person. And secondly, the student also getting honorarium so that he can do his 2 years life better. And collaboration has to be signed, MOU, memorandum of understanding between the other NGOs should be there. If we go for the memorandum of understanding, MOU, then it becomes obligation on the part of the agencies to accept our students and train them very effectively. Otherwise, what happens, sir? They are coming and they are sitting, they are going. Students are coming, they are sitting, they are going. At the end of the year, they are giving one certificate. He has done the good job. So therefore, it is suggested that we should go for the official collaboration with the different organizations. Then develop neighborhood program. So community development program within the area of the university. In Gulbarga, we used to send our student to the Kusnur village. Kusnur is a village adjacent to the Gulbarga University department. So we developed there only working our all activities, NSS activities, social work activities, some health checkup program and all. We used to give them some facilities, and then we used to study their difficulties, their problems, and then if possible we used to intervene that. So the community, open community placement should be there. Open community placement means here, the first year when I joined the department of Bharati Vidyapith, I started placing the students in the open community. My senior teachers again took the objection that he said, how you can supervisor in the slum, there are nobody to take the care of the students. I told that you are right, but as a supervisor, I will take the responsibility. And I will take the local NGO which is working in that slum area, and I will attach my student to that NGO, and they are given freedom of exercise to implement the program in the slum. So therefore, it is suggested that we should develop the neighborhood programs for our students. And organizational observational visits, as I told you that as advanced visit, suppose if there is any agency doing good job, okay, then you should take the students one day and have some interaction and give the opportunity for the learning to the students. There are very few seminars and conferences on the field work comparative to others. Therefore, what I suggest, at least one, if not at the state level, national level, but at the department level, at least one conference and seminar on fieldwork should be organized by the each and every department. For these conferences and seminars, our agency supervisors will be there, our students will be there, our teachers will be there. And if you make it on a broader platform, state level and all, you can invite other teachers and all. And all the proceedings of the conferences and seminars should be published in the form of small booklet, which will be helping to do the fieldwork effectively for the students. Last very important thing that we should not concentrate only on the local area, because suppose a university in Kolhapur cannot concentrate only to the Kolhapur. So international placement opportunity for our students should also. International placement not for the concurrent fieldwork, it is for the block placement. So at the end of the course, try to send. You can make in the SOP of the department. SOP means again a question. 99% of the departments of social
Sir,
work.
excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Sir,
Okay.
Sir, there is some disturbance.
okay.
I think your phone is there only. You need to keep the
My phone or who, sir?
yeah phone.
Oh yes. Okay.
If
Okay.
to,
Okay, sir. Okay. Is it okay?
not fixed, sir. Yet.
1 minute. I will. Is it okay now?
Sir. Okay.
Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you,
I am
sir.
also visible.
Sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your suggestion. Okay. The international placement should be there, because what happens, we have international agencies, WHO is there, ILO is there, UNICEF is there. All these organizations are working at the international platform. If possible, we should find the opportunities and avenues for our students to place at the international level. So I conclude with these things: the development of the lab, conducting the regular fieldwork agency meets, public-private collaboration, neighborhood community development program, organizing the observational visits, annual conference and seminars, and final international placement for the students at the end of the course. These are the suggestions. The last suggestion, very important suggestion. Here, the commitment of all the people. As I told you, fieldwork is a partnership business. The agency and agency supervisor, the school and the school supervisor, and the student. Three important components are more important. If any one of these three is not functioning properly, then the whole fieldwork system will be collapsed. And this not only collapsed itself for only one school or one agency, it will disturb the whole system. Therefore, I have a humble request to all the teachers and students and agency supervisors and the management: give proper emphasis and weightage to the field work. If there is no field work, there is no social work. So otherwise, social work will be like other social sciences. Psychology, they do have some lab experiments, but it's social science. It's not a professional course. Today, there is a challenge faced by all of us. In Maharashtra, the Ministry of Social Welfare, they declared there were few positions exclusively reserved for the MSW students. They brought a resolution that any graduate can apply for that position. This is an encroachment and injustice on our students. And I was talking to one of the officers class 1 officers of social welfare, and I put the question. He said, sir, your students are not up to the mark. I said, you are also MSW student. Keep in your mind. You are MSW students. You wrote the MPSC examination. You become the super class 1 officer today. Does it mean that your quality is not good? Your quality is good. And like you, there are many students whose quality is also good. Therefore, don't underestimate the students' performance. All students are good. A student with 35% enter in our department. If we are committed, definitely we can bring many changes. So therefore, the last suggestion is that the willingness should be there with the teacher. And fortunately, we all the teachers are getting very handsome salary. 5th commission, 6th commission, 7th commission. You may ask me, others are not getting salary, they are getting salary, leave it. But we are getting very comfortable salaries, and we should give justification to the society. Yes, I am very comfortable. My government is taking care of me by paying the handsome salary, that I am dedicated to my service. And dedication is required for any professional course teacher. And if no dedication, no commitment, then nothing, no results will be there. With these words, you know that I should stop here. I am very much thankful to Professor Kodundram, chairman of the department, my friend, and other people for listening to me and giving me an opportunity to share. Thank you.
Sir, now we'll have a question and answer session.
Okay.
So,
Upendra?
Ma'am, Upendra connection,
Shirol
is it
sir,
some
nice to
connection
see
problem?
you.
So I'm
Okay.
handling.
Okay.
Murthy sir, Sri Murthy sir.
Huh.
Mohan, Dr. Mohan is also there. Okay. Yes. Any question answers?
Sir.
Please.
Ma'am, can I talk, ma'am, a little for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
If you permit me, otherwise you ask the questions later on I can. Can I start?
Sir, you're having question?
Yeah, yeah.
You can talk, sir.
Fine. So, namaste, sir. Avani, sir.
Yes, sir. Namaste,
After a long
namaste.
time, seeing you.
Yes, sir. Yes. Nice to meet you.
So, 2010, I met you in the beginning.
Okay.
When Subedar sir has conducted a seminar on fieldwork training in
Oh, very
in Pani, right?
Yes, yes.
So frequently, I mean, in the recent days, I could not make it happen. So nice, excellent presentation in a realistic manner. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
So, very natural and very the perfect figure out the scenario of fieldwork program.
Thank you, sir.
So I just would like to mention that. So the agencies generally, when we tell the students that to collect some information of the agency, some of the things the agency people they may not provide, and by saying that confidential. Though certain things they can give, but they are not giving it.
Yes.
So that is one thing. So how to look at upon, and now we are thinking of uniform syllabus and curriculum, right, sir? So in the process, for the manual also, we can design it so that it can be excellent, study material for all of us to bring on. For you were talking about how many departments you people are preparing the fieldwork manual and all. If it can be uniformity, I think that will be nice and everything will be good. That's two. Number three is every 2 days in a week, many of the agencies they consider the students are unpaid employees. I don't know whether I can use this word or not. So they have considered students as unpaid employees, and by giving a lot of assignments of their own kind of things, which are not much relevant to our program. So how to look at upon all these things. When whatever we say the students, so to collect this information and all, they say that they have assigned some other things which we say that students, why these all the information are not required for us. What we require is not getting, and what they require, they are somehow they are managing the show. And number fourth is when it comes to generally, as you said, the triangular structure of the fieldwork. Generally, the teachers we say that agency supervisors are not spending their valuable time with the students. Yes, sir. And also when we question it, they say that we are all so busy and all. And they in turn they blame on the teachers that so you have not trained the students properly, and
Yes.
your students are not go up to the mark that this or not. So there are somewhere there lack of coordination among the teachers and the agency supervisors. This is what
Yes.
in my 15 years of teaching experience what I found. But this problem has not been sorted out so far. So in the process, between the agency supervisor and the teachers, the students are in trouble. So we are not giving the best of the fit for what the students lacking. In the meantime, students have been taking undue advantage. So whether I can go to field work or not, somehow they are managing. So this is how things are moving on. So how to look at upon all these things? I think you are the right person to uh, give a right answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't think that there is any need to answer because S.V. Murthy sir has shared his experiences.
Yes.
And these are the experiences with most of the teachers also. The agencies do not give the confidential matters. Sometimes they do not cooperate with us. Recently, you must be observing that there is a trend among the NGOs and agencies to charge some fees. Why should we train your students? So they are charging also. Even we are also started paying to the agency. Okay, lump sum amount you take it. Like that we are doing it. So these are quite natural, sir. We will have to overcome these issues. Thank you, Murthy sir.
Thanks.
So we are having a question from Dr. Ravi Shankar BG. Any suggestions or discussion regarding black placement, because currently it is challenging for students due to COVID-19?
Oh. It's a very important question, and all of us we are facing it. In fact, because during the COVID, how to send to students. But to my knowledge, I was talking to some of my friends, colleagues, that we are now thinking of online only. Not only here, even in engineering. One of my friend's daughter, she is doing architecture, and she is placed in Bangalore agency for her for her internship for 3 months. But because of the COVID, she cannot go. But through the online only, that architecture student is learning from that organization. They are doing it. So what happens? We have only one option left out. Go for the online. Otherwise, physically, it is not possible to send the students. Thank you.
Sir, from Dr. Sukumar Pal, can you put your observations why RC or OP on fieldwork program is not being arranged for faculty members? Can it be arranged compulsory? Dr. Sukumar Pal, Vishwa Bharati.
Thank you, Sukumar sir. Vishwa Bharati, Professor Ashok is my friend. Vishwa Bharati is very close to me, in fact. I am also on the editorial board of your journal, sir. It is a very good question. It is depend upon the management, sir, because if the HOD directors they are willing, they can arrange such things. You cannot make compulsory because there is no. Unfortunately, what happened? There is no Council of Social Work Education. Something is now going on. Let us see what will happen. But as on today, there is no official website, official council. And if there is a council will bring many more regulations. And definitely that will help us. Because of the lack of the council, it is at our individual liberty, the School of Social Work, the HOD, and the other people who are there for the administration, they should take care of it. And it's a very good suggestion. Thank you.
One more question from Urbashi Gogoi. With regard to issues and challenges with field syllabus in this pandemic situation, what changes are not to be made as it almost impossible to complete the whole syllabus during this situation?
Yeah, somewhere I was reading that some university that all these days have gone without learning anything. This year we will reduce the 1/3 syllabus. Reducing 1/3 syllabus, I don't think it is any suggestion as such. Rather, through online we should make more efforts. We should put more efforts and cover the syllabus. And as far as the filter program change, there is no need to change unless there is a requirement. I understand it is very difficult to do field work through online, because all my senior teachers, they are also here, they will agree with me. Doing field work through the virtual classes, it is as good as again a classroom it becomes. It cannot be many times practical. But because of this pandemic situation, we are helpless but to undergo the situation. Thank you.
Sir, one more question from Mirja Anil. In Telangana state, some of the universities kept rural camp in their fieldwork curriculum and some of the universities not. Is it necessary to do rural camp in fieldwork practice? Which is the best curriculum?
No, rural camp is most important as a teacher, I'm telling you. As I told you, there is no council as such. Unless if the council comes, no, the council will give you guidelines. There will be camp, there will be study tour. So how much what is the syllabus will be there? What are the areas you will have to cover? All those examination pattern, all these things will be given. Therefore, it is left to the university, because the board of studies is the supreme authority for framing the syllabus at the university level, and the board of syllabus, board of studies, if they decide that they should include the camp, they can do it, but you cannot insist it. But as a teacher, what I say, it must be there so that the student, what happened, city like Pune, we get 70% students from the urban area. They do not have exposure to the rural area. So these students will be getting some exposure in the rural area. That is beneficial to them. Thank you.
Sir, one more question from Dr. Sudeshna Saha, Vishwa Bharati University, Shantiniketan. Can we think of arranging teachers' compulsory orientation and refresher courses by UGC, HRDC on fieldwork rather than only courses on interdisciplinary subjects?
Already they are there, but it is up to the university, which is there is a UGC refresher course centers are allotted to various universities. It is many a time what happened, it is depend upon the coordinator. In Tata Institute, I myself attended 2 such fieldwork refresher courses, wherein I got a lot of information. And like that, there are other universities also, they are conducting
Hello.
Hello? Sir, network is not proper, I think.
Dear participants, there is few technical glitches. Kindly bear with us.
ఇది విన్నావా?
Hello?
తిన్నావా?
Hello, sir.
Sorry for the interruption. Sir is logging in now once again. Please bear.
headphone actually. Hello.
Sir, it is audible.
Audible? Okay, okay.
Sir, audible.
Okay, we will just go ahead now.
Sir. Thank you.
Sir, you were answering the question of Dr. Sudeshna Saha, as she asked, is it possible to organize orientation and fieldwork practicum or refresher course for faculties with from UGC NHRD? She was asking. So that
Yes,
question
yes.
you are answering.
Yeah, already in the UGC program, refresher program, UGC is permitting to conduct the fieldwork refresher courses on fieldwork, orientation courses on fieldwork. But what happens? It is depend upon the organizing university, the faculty who is coordinating. If they are interested, they will do this. But very few universities they are doing it.
Okay.
And whenever it come to me, I will put it on the group also.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, one more question from Nabanita Sharma. We can see in many universities that most students are doing fieldwork only for the sake of marks and attendance and not for qualitative improvement. And so, also the agents is doing out of their duty in such a situation. How we can expect for a quality knowledge in future from them?
This is the major problem. I explained in the
You have already
presentation
explained,
also
sir.
that already explained what happened. See, the quality concern is related to our commitment. If the student is really interested in learning, he or she will make all the possible efforts to learn in a better way. And therefore, as I told you, most of the students, they come for the sake of the degree, they come for the sake of the job, examination orientation, not to become a highly qualified professional many times. Therefore, it is lacking. And you always cannot do the job of policing, whether you got to agency or not. I will cross check it and such things. Profession like so therefore these are very individual concern. It cannot be avoided in all the situations. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, one more question from Mrs. Suvarna J. Manor. Fieldwork supervisors and MSW department should have yearly meeting for better communication and guidance. Session like this should be involve more and more NGOs and agency supervisors for better coordination. Maybe it is whatever you have mentioned that she was supporting. And another question from Dr. Sonal: how to integrate social work theory with social work practice and to apply theoretical knowledge to social work practice situation. She is from Sonal Mohorta, RHGPG College, Kashipur.
Yeah. See, Suvarna, already I think I made an effort to conduct some agency supervisors meeting. It should be wherein all the agency supervisors will be brought to the Department of Social Work and practice of integrated practice of social work is it's a advanced method of social work. We can say that. So we have 6 methods. That is three basic methods and three auxiliary methods: social casework, social group work, and community organization. And other three auxiliaries, they are also there. Social action is there, welfare administration is there, research is there. So integrated social work practice means not mixing of all these methods. Many a time among the students, not among the faculty, among the students, there is a confusion that integrated practice means mixing of all the methods and doing some practice. No, it's not like that. Say, for example, when a student is placed in the community, so he need to take help of a few methods, not only one. Say, for example, while doing a casework, so you need a community rehabilitation for that client, and you take the help of the community organization method. So this is how I request this participant. There is a plenty of literature today available, because in 1 or 2 sentences explaining how to practice all these methods and she send me email to me. I will send her reading material on integrated practice. Thank you.
Sir, that's all, sir. Questions. Over to you. Over to the mentor.
Okay.
Pushpa, ma'am.
Yeah.
Over to you, ma'am.
Hello.
Am I
Hello.
audible,
Hello.
Anita?
Hello, madam. I
Hello.
have a question, madam. Excuse me. Sorry, sir.
Ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, Rajshekar.
Sir. Hello, sir. This is Raj, MSW student from Bangalore University.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question. Sir, we didn't do that fieldwork practice in the industries due to the lockdown, sir.
Oh.
Okay. You already said that skill comes through the practice, but we are not
Yes.
get that practice. How can we get that skill, sir? Can you explain?
So what happened, my dear friend? Because of the lockdown, there are many compromises going on. I cannot tell you, and I am not telling you that without practice, skill will come to you. You are not going to fieldwork. You have learned all the skills. This batch is unfortunate batch. I call it unfortunate in the sense the situation has so come that you cannot go to the agency and practice it. And because of this only, just try to understand the government and the concerned AICT and other things, they declared that 2 semesters of the engineering students, they have been and other things, they have been exempted. It means that it does not mean that they have learned the skills. So we are giving only concession. We are not giving justification. There is no way to practice skills without practicing it.
Okay, sir. Why I'm asking,
Okay,
sir?
thank you.
Because we already period was crossing, sir. That's why we don't have any way. That's why I'm.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. You are the unfortunate fellows that nothing could be done, because it is a learning. For example, swimming.
Yeah, sir.
You want to listen. You want to learn swimming, okay? Huh? And without taking you to the swimming pool, how can I teach you swimming?
Yeah.
So I need to take you to the agency, and if it is not taking to agency, it is not at all development of the skills. But rest of the things, they are left to the administrative matter. What they will do, how to they design, how to they deal with the situation. It is up to the each and every university. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that.
Sir, earlier Lokesh sir has unmuted himself. I think he's having some question. Sir, you can
Sir,
ask yours.
namaste. Sir, namaste. Lokesh
Namaste,
here
namaste.
from Davangere University.
Yes, Lokesh, I am listening to. How are you?
Thank you very much, sir. And very nice to hear you, sir, in this
Okay.
platform. Sir, I have no
Yeah,
questions
thank
at
you,
all.
thank you.
With your presentation,
Hmm.
I could observe so many very important things.
Oh,
I just wanted
okay,
to
okay,
add some of the few things here, sir.
okay.
Especially in the middle part of Karnataka, if we take the admission, getting admission to the MSW course, I think the demand ratio is very less. It is becoming completely deteriorating when compared to the earlier situation, like 10 to 15 years back. So the admission is completely deteriorated, and I had a kind of initiation, like I really wanted to do a small research on this. Like I just gone through some of the interview with the students, like many of the graduates, those who have completed different degrees here in Karnataka, especially middle part of Karnataka, they don't want MSW just because of field work. And yeah, many times I come across, especially in Bangalore University, in the beginning of our admission, when I gathered all the applicants who have applied for MSW, I just had an interaction with them, and people were really very much reluctant to take MSW admission just because of this field work. So one important thing is that, and the second very important thing here, which we can notify, like many of the agencies, as you said, we could observe very non-qualified agency supervisors are available. Like as you said, there is a structured fieldwork guidelines prepared by many of our schools of social work. But when we send our students with all these structured fieldwork, this one syllabus and other thing, like they don't agree with our own structure of fieldwork. And as the earlier person, Dr. Venkatesh Murthy said, they cannot cope up with whatever structure of fieldwork we have prepared. That is also one observation here, sir. And the third important thing is many times we come across with students like both the NSS camp and MSW camps, both are equal in nature. They never take up MSW camp is very seriously. And very importantly, you notified, sir, like recruitment of teachers in the university. Like as we have observed, preparing statute itself is a problematic thing here. And at least minimum, as you said, the 2 years of experience in the field, like faculty must be there in the universities or any other schools. But it is quite of unfortunate that we have very low qualified teachers appointed in the university, and many of the students have really appraised, like the orientation and the refresher course must be done even with regard to the fieldwork training. That is also very important, sir. And as you said, the fieldwork manual, it is very important, and all of us, especially in Karnataka, all of the universities have must have to follow your instructions, like preparing very important fieldwork manual must be there available in all universities. And as Dr. Venkatesh Murthy said, in the Higher Education Council, there is no uniform, hard and fast rule like preparing uniformity in the syllabus. But we are preparing a model syllabus, model curriculum we are preparing. And it is the discretion of every university that they can, if they really want, they can follow it up, or else if they really want to go for a little change, they can really go for a change. So these many things I would just like to add, especially with regard to the admission, deterioration of admission. If you can throw little light on this, we'll be really fortunate to hear you.
Yes.
Namaste, Lokesh. One second. Lokesh? Yeah.
Hello.
I was talking about in future, anyway, since we are in the coming up with uniform syllabus and curriculum, no, under the chairmanship of Professor Siddhegoda sir. So like the fieldwork manual will also be uniform. I just
correct. Yeah, that will follow, no problem. But it is not
as of now. Every social work schools have been managing with their own manuals, as you said.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, please.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Dr. Lokesh, for your comments and observations, and also your concern regarding the admissions. Are you audible now?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Hello, am I audible to you? Am I audible to
Very much
you?
audible.
Then okay, okay. Uh, See, as far as admission is concerned, this is not only the problem of MSW. This is the problem of almost all the professional courses. You take MBA, the same problem is there. You take even medical engineering, the rush is very much less. The reason behind is that a large number of educational institutions, they have come up providing the education. As regards to MSW, as I told you in my talk, there were only university centers. MSW was only within the university campus. It was not liberalized and not given today because of the education liberation policy of education. The colleges are also given permission. Colleges have come up. As I told you, so in Gulbarga there are 45 affiliated colleges, and not these colleges are not getting students. They go to the office and talk to the people and get the admission. No classes, nothing else. They come for the examination. This is deteriorating the quality of the education. Same thing is happened with the middle part of the Karnataka, even Davanagere and all. So Davanagere, I was also on there on your board of studies long back. I was also examiner. Recently, because of traveling to so many places, I have avoided visiting most of the universities. But otherwise, I was there with your university also. I have seen that. But admission is a big question for all the colleges. And because of this, the university admissions are also have come down because private colleges they are more liberal. In the university department, what happen? You are going very strictly for the field work and other activities. Attendance is very compulsory. Assignments are compulsory in time. But private colleges, because of that, these students they are preferring the private colleges than the department. So this is also one of the important issues coming in admission of the MSW students in the middle part of the Karnataka. And all your observations, I agree with you. And as I told you, the structure is good, the things are good. Only thing implementation part is very important. Let us hope we will be optimistic. The council will come, and with the help of the council and with the help of all our senior colleagues, most of our people like Professor Siddegowda, now he is a vice chancellor, and he can bring many changes in his university. And once he bring his changes in the university, Tumkur University, the same we will replicate in other university also. Understand? Like that. The implementer is more important. If the vice chancellor is our person, it is easy to implement our all policies of social work and guidelines related to social work curriculum development. Let us start with the Tumkur University. I also request Professor Siddegowda personally. Also, I will talk to him that. So all these manual and other things are conducting the agency meet. Parasuram is doing very well. Ramesh unfortunately left, and you also left. And Tumkur was a very good team. I was talking that Tumkur will be one of the now Parsuram is the only person taking lead. There are young teachers also they are coming. Guest faculties also they are working hard. Some of I know by name also Sujata, she is doing well. In fact, there are such other teachers who are doing well. I cannot take name of all those teachers. Therefore, we will start with Tumkur as a model university. We will develop all those curriculum guidelines and the fieldwork guidelines. Also, the manual will prepare it, and it is up to the other university to follow it or not. But we will prepare it, and others will also prepare it. Thank you, Lokesh.
Thank you, sir.
Over to Pushpa ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Am I audible, madam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir, for the wonderful presentation. Indeed, it was a very informative session, as almost all the delegates have opined. For you have given very valuable insights and suggestions, keeping in mind almost all the three components of the fieldwork practicum, that is the students, faculty supervisors, agencies, and communities. Appreciate it. By the end of the session, most of the delegates, they came out with very good questions, which again led to meaningful discussions. Thank you once again, sir. Over to, sorry. I now call upon my...
Yes, sir. I am very much thankful to the senior teachers also attended this session. Mr. Lokesh is a very senior teacher now. He is a HOD over there. Professor Shirola sir is there. Murthy sir is there. And other teachers also, they attended. Because I am there and they wanted to discuss with me, I know very well. I am thankful to all these teachers and practitioners for listening to me and sharing their experiences. Thank you once again to all of you, to the coordinator of the webinar and the other people who are actively involved in this. And of course, the credit goes to the University Department of Social Work, Bangalore University, and the chairman, Professor Kodandram sir. Thank you from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I now call upon my colleague Ravi Kumar BS to kindly propose.
Members and dear participants, today, so we were witnessed for a wonderful and outstanding presentation by Professor B.T. Lavani sir, and it's my thanks to the our chairperson who always providing encouragement and support for organizing this webinar. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kodandram sir. And I'm very grateful to faculty member Dr. Veda, so who is the organizing secretary of this webinar, and she's always encouraging the faculties. So that I want to thank to the Dr. Veda. Thank you, madam. I'm very grateful to the participants and the faculty members who are supporting for this event, and who made this event successful, and also thankful to the participants for making this event very successful. And thank you one and all, and thank you for giving me for this opportunity. Okay, madam, over to you, madam.
Yeah. Dear participants, with this, we come to the end of the 5th day of the 1-week orientation program. So hopefully, I hope to see you all by tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Vednikal. आवाज आ रहा था